Wave. Good morning.
Hi guys, I'm Silvio, the
I'm Rita.
helper.
How are you guys? Good morning.
Here.
And this is our prayer for today. And we're going, as usual, read the text. And the text today is a reflection that someone wrote about forgiveness. So we don't know the name of the person. It's an unknown reflection, but it's a good. They have good words in there, and we're going to make our own reflections out of it. Okay.
The other page, please.
Oh yeah, I'm on the wrong page. I'm in the Portuguese page. All right. So I'm gonna read, and then after that we make our reflection. And as usual, we're gonna play some music, and we're gonna make our prayer, our meditation, and think about the planet and the people living in that planet. So let's go for the text first and our reflection for the day. The power of forgiveness. Few acts requires us much courage as forgiveness. When we are hurt, our natural impulse is to retaliate, hold on to resentment, or wish that the other person would suffer as we have suffered. But Jesus showed us a different path. At the time of his arrest, one of his disciples reacted with violence and wounded the servant of the high priest. Instead of encouraging revenge, Jesus stopped the attack and healed the wounded man, demonstrating that love is always stronger than hatred. Jesus taught us that forgiveness is not a favor we grant to the person who offended us. It is a form of liberation for the one who chooses to forgive. As long as we nurture resentment, we remain bound to our suffering and to the memories we long to overcome. When we forgive, we break that cycle and allow peace to once again fill our hearts. This does not mean forgetting what happened or accepting injustice. Forgiveness also does not require us to remain in abusive relationships or to compromise our own safety. Forgiveness is a personal decision not to allow pain to continue ruling our lives. Science also shows that holding on to long term resentment can increase stress and negatively affect both physical and emotional health. By contrast, forgiveness has been associated with greater well being, emotional balance, and an improved quality of life. Jesus did not teach forgiveness because it was easy. He taught it because it sets us free. Those who forgive do not erase the past, they transform the way they walk toward the future. Sometimes the greatest victory is not overcoming someone else, it is overcoming the hatred that could have grown within us. And that is a victory that no suffering can ever take away. So, we see that when we talk about forgiveness, we are talking about understanding what is happening. And one thing that the text didn't mention, and I think it's important to add, is the self forgiveness. Because sometimes we do things and we regret what we did, and we keep that guilt inside of us, killing us like a little animal that it's really walking and bothering us inside. So what we have to do is to forgive ourselves as well, because it's okay to make mistakes, and that's from the mistakes that we're going to learn a lesson. And let's get whatever we did wrong and reflect, ask for forgiveness, or go and talk to the person you did and apologize for what you did, because this way we will feel lighter and without this heavy feeling inside. Okay, so that's what we should think about. Forgiving the other is also understanding what the other is saying, and we could use whatever we are taking from this other person, we could use to self analyze our actions. Because if someone is saying something to us, it's a consequence or a reaction to something that we did. So it's important to analyze that and understand what is going on. Understand what is going on also inside ourselves, because not analyzing our feelings is also something that makes us, repeat and repeat the same thing without sometimes good sense. So self-analysis, self-forgiveness, those are things that we should start practicing. This will really better ourselves a lot. Would you like to say anything or to add something? No? All right, so let's go to our meditation. Sylvia is gonna play music for us, and let's emanate our best vibes, our best thoughts, and let's try to become better human beings. That's how we can help the planet and ourselves, our neighbors, and everybody else. So let's. are talking about forgiveness, and we talked a lot about emotions. And the emotions are really important. It's important that we be sensitive to things and to people, but also God gave us the reasoning, and we should use it also as well as the emotional part of our lives. So reasoning is the part where we make this analysis of our reactions, our emotional reactions. So why did I react like that? Why didn't I like what I heard from the other? So maybe we should get what we hear from other people about ourselves and really interpret that saying and try to fix what is kind of broken inside ourselves. Why did we feel offended sometimes for something that another person wouldn't feel offended by it? So we should always think that God, Jesus, came to model that teaching. God never is never offended by us. So that's why He doesn't have to forgive us. So when we ask forgiveness to God, God, forgive me for that, He said, it's like He says, but there is nothing to forgive. You should try to think about your actions and see if you are acting accordingly. And what happened to us here, it's just a consequence of what we did in the past. So knowing the law of cause and effect help us understand and try to change the way we feel about whatever we hear or listen, or what we see from others towards us. So this is a lesson that we should learn because we are here for that. This is a school. The planet is a school, and we have to really learn lessons so we can improve ourselves as spirits. And paying attention to that rule of the law of cause and effect, we can maybe identify why we are living or in the same family of some people that maybe it's not so friendly to us. Maybe we were on their place in a past life. So now we are just on the other side. We are on their shoes right now, and we can feel what maybe we did in the past. So anyway, we cannot know that now, and that the forgetfulness, it's a blessing, because if we remember everything we did, we said, and we reacted in the past, maybe we would feel guilty, and this guilt doesn't do any good to us. So let's try to understand the other, not being offended, because when we are offended, the only person who is suffering is ourselves, because the other one sometimes doesn't even know what's going on inside yourself. So we feel that pain inside, the suffering, the hurt, and the other maybe is not feeling anything. So we are the only one, being bothered. That's why we should think about what we're feeling and see if that makes really sense, and if we understand the others as people still in their path of evolution like we are, then we can maybe take it easier and relax and just learn the lesson. Also, make a self analysis, because we also have to change some attitudes that we have. And thinking clearly like that, using our reasoning with our emotions, that's the way to try to lapidate ourselves as person.
Rita, we have a question. A guy from Brazil. I understand you guys, but why it's so difficult to forgive?
Well, it is difficult as long as we don't know what is going on with us. That's why I'm saying that if we try to first forgive the others for what he's saying or she's saying or doing, because everything has a reason, and we may not understand right now what that reason is. That's why I said about the forgetfulness that God, provides us as something good for us. But we have to understand that maybe in the past we did the same to this person that is offending us now. And just learn the lesson. Just do like Jesus, right? What happened? The disciple cut the ear of one of
The
the
soldier of the
soldier
priest.
that
Yeah.
was arresting him, and he didn't feel bad about that. That was the job of that servant, and he understood in this way, and he knew that this wouldn't do any good. So we should really understand life as something perfect. God does it's perfect, and it's not going to give us anything that it's not useful for our growth. So this is the point. We should really understand everything that is happening as a lesson to grow, and this is our purpose in life, personal growth. So yeah, I know it's hard. It's not so easy because we are still, immature, spiritually wise. So, but we have to start trying, and that's the actions, the everyday habit that we create to deal with those feelings and to deal with those situations, those difficult situations. This is why we are here for. So, doing this self analysis, stop after something happened. If we just go back and start to analyze what we thought, how we felt, what we said, and what could be different, this is a way of starting to know ourselves. Okay, so that's what we have for today. You want to say something else, Silvio?
Guys, please don't forget to subscribe our channel and give us the like. It's important for us.
Okay, all
And
right.
remember not to see or to hurt our
To review the video, right?
during the week.
During the week,
Yes.
or either this video or any other video that is recorded, but you can also just put a music and meditate and pray. So this is important that we do this action every day of our lives, because this way we can ease the atmosphere around us, and people will feel that we are lighter and more calm and relaxed, and we can start being a model for another one. Okay, so let's try to work on ourselves first, and then this will reflect to the outside. So have a great week. Don't forget to pray or meditate every day of the week. And yes, and I'll see you next Sunday. Have a great end of weekend and a great week ahead.
Have a
God,
blessed day.
yes, God
Okay.
bless you all, and God be with all of us.